In late June, the federal government passed the Canadian Disability Benefit, which will aim to help those with long-term disabilities who are stuck in poverty. The specifics of the benefit will be influenced by those it applies to, and members of local disability support groups held a lunch and learn recently to discuss how the benefit can be optimized for those who need it most. Mike Lang reports.
According to the federal government, 22% of us working age people have a disability. Of that, about half of them are at the poverty line or below the poverty line.
Steve Mantis was among the dozen members of the local injured workers and disability without poverty groups who gathered to talk about how the needs of those with disabilities can be met in a fair manner.
During COVID, when a lot of people could no longer work, the government says, we need to protect you. However, people with disabilities in the same situation that cannot work by no fault of their own, we're receiving almost half of that amount.
Janet Rodriguez is an advocate for disability justice, and she flew in from Toronto to join the discussion. The Canadian Disability Benefit that was passed in June 2023 will be designed to address her concerns by supplementing the income of those who have long-term disabilities and are below the poverty line.
This is a victory for communities with disabilities, people with disabilities, individuals, and groups that have worked for many years so hard.
However, with the details of the benefits still to be determined, those with disabilities must speak up for what they need most.
We have a saying in the community of people with disability, nothing about us without us. So it is extremely important that we participate.
We want to give people respect and dignity to be able to live their lives so they can buy food, they can pay rent, and they can cover their household expenses.
Local MPP Lise Vaugeois is the NDP critic for seniors and persons living with disabilities. She says there is still work to be done on the provincial level, particularly with the Disability Support Program and Workplace Insurance Board.
ODSP needs to be doubled. Okay, people on ODSP are not close to a bare minimum cost of living. I'm also advocating for significant reforms to the WSIB. It really needs to be hauled back and rethought and structured to support workers first.
As for the federal benefit, details such as who qualifies and how much they should receive are currently being discussed and are expected to be finalized by June 2024. Mike Lang, TBT News.